What is going on, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Glow with Kacie, where we glow, grow, and lift each other up. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Alo Yoga Airlift set. And if you're like me, you are seeing this all over social media. I swear, it's like every influencer is wearing this outfit. I even saw Kylie Jenner post about it, and it looked super cute. So what inspired me to get this outfit myself is I actually saw someone wearing it on the street, and it looked really, really cute. So I had to go pick it up. But here's the catch. This outfit for just a bra and a pair of leggings is over $200. So your girl made the purchase herself. This is not sponsored. Tried it on, and I'm gonna try it on for you today and give you some real tea on functionality, whether or not it fits right, things to be mindful of, especially as a larger chested girly. So if that sounds good to you, then let's get right into it. All right, let's get into the Airlift leggings. All right, you guys, so let's first talk about the Airlift leggings. So these are high-waisted. It's a super soft, velvety feel. The fabric is gonna be their Airlift fabric. The fabric is 85% nylon, 15% elastane. So that is their Airlift fabric. It is super soft to the touch. It has kind of that like wet look. So if you see someone wearing it and it's super tight, I think one of the most appealing parts about this is it does kind of have that sleek, wet, painted on your body look, which is super cute. There is kind of this velvet feel that's integrated throughout. So you'll see this up at the seam. There's lines of it, and then it alternates between lines of the velvet feel and then just kind of that classic sleek performance feel fabric. As far as the fit, it is very compressive on the legs. So this took some work to get on. When I put it on, it's one of those leggings where it's really tight around the calves when you first put it on, but it's kind of loose up top. So I had to put some work to really pull up the leggings, make sure it's positioned properly, make sure it's flattering around the glutes. So just be mindful that it is gonna take some work to put on. But I do love all of the flattering seams on the side. You'll notice there's a seam that kind of comes in on the legs. There's a slight curve, and that's to give the illusion that you have an hourglass shape. It slims the legs out. The waistband is very soft. So like I said, it has kind of that velvet. Every other panel is velvet versus kind of the performance fabric. So it's super soft. It is not compressive at all. And I think this was very surprising for me. I was worried that this was gonna be super tight, give me muffin top. You know, a lot of times when it is these like very thin waistbands, that's how it is. But I did notice that this was actually pretty well fitting and it wasn't too tight, which I prefer when it's this kind of waistband. And then let's talk about the glute contour, because I think these days every activewear brand is focused on making the glutes as flattering as possible. And I think Alo Yoga did a nice job balancing, okay, let's make this flattering on the glutes. So they added in the curved seams up top that kind of comes into an inverted upside down triangle to really kind of accentuate and round out the top of your glutes. But they didn't do anything on the bottom. And then you see the straight line contour seam that comes down. And again, that's more designed to narrow the body versus give you curve. I like this though, in the sense that not every pair of legging you wear has to have a full bone scrunch and like be super flattering on the glutes. I think there are times where if you're doing a hot girl walk outside, or if you're going grocery shopping, personally, for me, I'm not feeling super comfortable wearing the very like contoured scrunch butt leggings, just having my junk all in everybody's face. So I think that they did a nice job balancing, making it flattering, but not so in your face as other leggings. For sizing advice, and this is something I've generally found with Alo Yoga, it does run large, which I was surprised by. So I actually sized down in these leggings to an extra small. I probably could have done an extra small, to be honest, which is crazy because I don't ever wear an extra small or an extra small. But in these ones, you can get away with it. And I actually recommend it, especially if you're looking to make sure that it is flattering on the glutes. So my recommendation, if you're going to wear this outfit, this is definitely like hot girl walk, you're outside walking your dog, or even if you're running errands, I think it's a good approach. We'll get into the bra in a second. I think the leggings are good for that, but not so sure about the bra. So I would definitely size down in these, one size at least. You can even do 2 sizes. And then lastly, I do have to cover off on the front seam, which I'm like, guys, it is 2025. How come we are still doing the front seams? Even Lululemon got it together and removed those with their Align leggings. So I'm a little disappointed in that, and it definitely does create a situation where you have to wear the Carefree thong panty liners that I was telling you guys about just to avoid things kind of going up in the front, or you just have to kind of risk it and just kind of position it properly so that it's not riding up. But that part I am disappointed in, especially for this price point. I mean, come on, people don't like that. But overall, I think this is a good legging. It's lightweight, it's a performance fabric. I think it is very, very flattering. Okay, so let's talk about the Airlift lineup bra, which it's definitely giving bra. So let's first cover off on just the overall feel of it. It's gonna be the same as the leggings, where it has that velvety feel in the areas where the contour is, and then it's gonna have more of that performance Airlift fabric throughout the rest of it, which is super soft, a very kind of airbrushed, slight velvety feel, but not as velvety as the contour. This is gonna be a challenge for the larger busted girls. I know it's like so hard for us to find the right bra, but this one I really struggled to get to cover myself. I am definitely falling out on the sides. It's cutting into the top of my chest. It's just not the best, most flattering look. And I get that I think we're making a movement where that is accepted and it's okay to kind of be spilling out a little bit. For me, I'm not as comfortable with it, so I really have to figure out what the right environment for me to wear this is. It is, like I said before, it is giving bra, so you're gonna see a lot of the same adjustability where there are 3 clasps that you have to connect. And the annoying part about that though is, as you know, when you start to connect them one by one, they also start coming apart. So you have to keep it really straight, really firm, don't let go, and just hope that it like stays together. So it takes some effort to put on. The straps are also adjustable. So I like to make these super tight just to give me some form of lift, because this bra has 0 lift. Minimal coverage, very low impact. Don't expect to be doing any sort of workout in this. And I do not feel secure in this at all. So this bra for me is definitely just going to be maybe for hot girl walks, and that's about it. So my overall impression is I think this is more suited for a smaller bust. If you have a bigger bust, just be prepared. It's gonna be very revealing. You're gonna have to adjust a lot. You might not be comfortable. So, you know, you gotta think about, is that worth $88, or is there another bra out there that's actually much less that will cover me and keep me secure? All right, guys, so let's wrap this up. In conclusion, is the Airlift set worth it, the $200? My answer is no, I do not think so. I think there is much better activewear out there. I think they've done a brilliant job paying a lot of money for influencers to promote their brand. They've been very intentional with who they've selected. They've picked it girls like Kylie Jenner to promote their products, and I think that's what's creating a lot of buzz. I do think they have very cute clothes, so don't get me wrong. This is a little bit of an exception. I love their skirts, I love their dresses, all that kind of stuff I love from them. I am just not really feeling the leggings and this particular sports bra, but who knows? I might try something else out and really enjoy it. Maybe I should have gotten more of the fuller coverage bra. I think they have another one that is more fitting. I personally wouldn't recommend this if you're looking for a new set. I think there are better options out there that are much more affordable. So that's my take. That's my assessment. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to follow me on Instagram. I am at Glow with Kacie, and I'm happy to answer any questions, any DMs you want to send, so holler at your girl there. But otherwise, I hope this review was helpful for you as you're making your own decision about whether or not you want to invest in the Airlift set. Have a great day, and I look forward to the next one. Bye, guys.